My name is Wagner Allegretti. I am the president of the IAC, the International Academy of Consciousness. And we are here to show you, to introduce you to our research campus in Portugal. We are here in a region of Portugal, a kind of southwest from Lisbon, that is called Alentejo. We are in a particular spot between the small cities of Evramonte and Estremoz. What you're going to see here in this short video is a little of we have already built here. Some of our labs. Here you have our main hall where we hold our main activities, some courses and some practical courses also, as sometimes we have here some conferences, some congresses. In these labs you're going to see what we have is a kind of environment that is as optimized as possible for people to experience what we would say phenomena that would be beyond the normal level of physical manifestation we have here. So here what we have is what we call the researcher's house. We have been using for people come here who can reside here for some time. Nowadays, and it will be for quite some time, I will be here living in this house together with my wife, Nancy Trivelato, who is the scientific director of IAC. Our intention coming here and to live here was to be more present, more, putting our energy, interacting with everything that happens here. We can see that we will, little by little, be able to contribute more with this campus. We bought this land in 2000 and has been now for quite some years, 8 years, that we have been building little by little. But now what we see is a natural trend of people coming to live close by. So then we are going to have more people working, contributing with their research, even working together here with us for the construction of these labs. So what we have here is what we call our immobilitarium, is also what we have been calling our Waking Physical Immobility Lab. The main point of the use of this lab is to have a person there, very comfortable, but completely still, without any movement for 3 hours. But what is the point of this? Is to see if the person can manage to calm down itself, to have some level of self-control, to settle down as much as possible the manifestation, the muscular, physical manifestation of the physical body. We have seen in many other situations that a person reaching that level can start perceiving, showing more of what we would call the extra physical perceptions, para-perceptions. Some people have had out-of-body experiences, other people had some nice, when I say nice, very fine, very transcendental perceptions of the energies or the bioenergies. In a few cases, perhaps 2 or 3 people had some sort of Cosmo consciousness, a kind of expansion of their awareness. So after we built our immobilitarium in 2004, we start building this lab here that we call the projectarium. It was concluded at the end of 2005. Here, the whole point is to have the best environment possible for the production of out-of-body experiences. You will see later, inside of this building, there is a complete sphere, and the person is going to stay in a platform that in fact is there by the middle of the whole sphere. When a person lies down in a very comfortable, adjustable bed, the head of the person is the absolute center of the whole sphere. The concept there is that if the environment can be big enough, the area in which the silver cord is more influential, is stronger, would be smaller than the environment itself. So you will see that the radius here is of 4.5 meters. So this is a huge building. It has, of course, acoustic insulation, it has some thermal insulation, also air conditioning, a very silent one, by the way. And we have had now so far almost 200 people who have used this lab, and a lot of them could have projections, some of them with very high levels of lucidity. And now we are here at the entrance of our Phyto energy lab. Phyto energy is the kind of natural energy, or if you will, chi, prana, the organ, the natural vitality that comes, in this case, from the plants. We built this small lab, it's almost like a tree house, and in the canopy of this tree here, to see if the person could be as much as possible integrated to the aura, the energetic field of this tree. What we want to see here is what kind of results, repercussions, positive ones, a person can get from this type of energy. We want to see if this kind of energy can vitalize more the person, can make the person more sensitive, can make the person more prone to leave the body. And this was inaugurated just a few weeks ago and this is the end of 2008. And certainly we will still need more time to see how we can improve this even more and to learn from the experiences people like you might have here. And here what you see is a solar panel, in fact a photovoltaic panel that we use to supply the electricity to that lab, the Phyto energy lab. What we had in mind when we got this was to minimize as much as possible the interference or the possible interference of electromagnetic fields there inside. We wanted to have that lab as natural as possible, preserving as closely as possible the natural energies of the trees. So we wanted to be, less intrusive. So what happens is this panel supplies 12 volts of DC current. So having a very small influence in terms of the electromagnetic field there. Other major thing here, of course, is to be as green as possible. Little by little, what we will do, according to our possibilities, of course, is to substitute most, if not all, the electricity that we use here from the normal grid with the electricity provided by photovoltaic panels like this one. And now what we have here is what we call our Cosmo Consciousness Lab. This lab, like the others, is dedicated to a specific phenomenon of the consciousness. In this case, what we want to see here is if we can have the optimized conditions to help a person to have an expansion of the awareness. We could call this sometimes in some other areas of the human knowledge, for instance, samadhi, satori, nirvana, enlightenment. There are many different names for this. What happens in a case like this is that consciousness expands the awareness or its manifestation even more than we do in a normal out-of-body experience. In the out-of-body experience, what happens is that we leave the physical body with another vehicle that's still kind of close to the physical body in terms of density, the type of energy, dimension, in fact. In this case, we go beyond that using the mental soma, as we call it. So now this concludes our short tour here in the campus, and what you see is just part of what we planned to build. We have a plan for the near and far future to have as many as 18 labs here, being the 18th one a lab for a whole group of people, because the labs you just saw, they were designed for a single person here. And I think it's important to stress that this wasn't built only to ourselves, to the IAC staff, but this is open to the public. So this is for everyone, as long as you want to research more about yourself, as long as you want to go beyond the typical limitations of the physical body. And I would like also to say that the IAC is an open institution. So if you think you could be one of our volunteers, if you think you can contribute to being one of our instructors in the future, if you think your way of contributing is donating anything we might need here, sometimes we need some equipment or we need sometimes just money to build our labs, please contact us. If you want to contact us for any reason, even to come here to use these labs, the easiest way for you is to check in our website which one would be the closest office to you. And then you can contact them and you can schedule your visit here or even see what you have to do to be able to use these labs and to take more advantage of the infrastructure we are building here. So thank you for your time and I hope to see you soon.